"May I have your leftovers, sir?" But when the millionaire looked into her eyes, a miracle happened. What he saw in those eyes wasn't hunger. It was a secret that would expose the biggest conspiracy in his company's history and save his life in ways he never imagined. Levi Hartwell was 3 bites into his $300 dinner when he got the text that changed everything. "The board meeting is tomorrow. They're voting you out. You have 12 hours. At 38, Levi had built Hartwell Industries from nothing into a billion-dollar empire. But tonight, his own board of directors was planning to destroy him. They thought he didn't know. They thought he was just another rich fool having dinner while his company burned. They were wrong. Levi stared at his phone, his appetite gone. 15 years of his life, stolen by people he trusted. He pushed his plate away and looked out the window of the high-end steakhouse, trying to process the betrayal. That's when he saw her. A young woman, maybe 25, sitting on the steps of the building across the street. But she wasn't begging or asking for help. She was watching. Specifically, she was watching his restaurant with the intensity of someone conducting surveillance. Rose Williams had been sitting on those steps for 3 hours, and her cover was about to be blown. She was an investigative journalist who had spent 8 months infiltrating the city's elite circles, following a trail of corruption that led straight to Hartwell Industries. What she had discovered would destroy multiple companies and send dozens of people to prison, if she could prove it. But someone had figured out what she was doing. 2 days ago, her apartment had been ransacked. Yesterday, she'd been followed. Tonight, she was supposed to meet her source inside Hartwell Industries. A whistleblower who had evidence of illegal arms deals, money laundering, and worse. The meeting was supposed to happen in this restaurant, but her source never showed. Now she was stranded, broke, and hungry, watching the man she'd been investigating for months sit alone at table 12, completely unaware that his own board members were planning to frame him for crimes they had committed. That's when their eyes met through the window. Rose made a decision that would either get her killed or save both their lives. She walked into the restaurant. The hostess tried to stop her. Her clothes were too casual. She didn't have a reservation. She clearly didn't belong. But Rose pushed past and walked straight to Levi's table. "May I have your leftovers, sir?" Levi looked up, and for the second time that night, everything changed. Up close, Rose's eyes weren't desperate. They were sharp, intelligent, and absolutely terrified. "You're not homeless," Levi said quietly. "No. And you're not safe," Rose whispered back. She glanced around the restaurant nervously. "There are 2 men at the bar who have been watching you for the past hour. They're not drinking. One has a gun." Levi's blood went cold. "Who are you?" "Someone who knows your board is about to destroy you for crimes they committed. And if you don't listen to me right now, you're going to be dead before morning." Rose slid into the seat across from him, her voice barely above a whisper. "My name is Rose Williams. I'm a journalist with the Washington Herald. For 8 months, I've been investigating a network of defense contractors selling weapons to terrorist organizations. The trail led me to your company." Levi's face went white. "That's impossible. We don't deal in weapons." "You don't. But your board does. They've been using Hartwell Industries as a front, moving money through shell companies you don't even know exist. The FBI is closing in, and they need a scapegoat." She slid a USB drive across the table. "Everything is on here. Bank records, communications, shipping manifests. Your CFO, Jose Brown, isn't just embezzling. He's facilitating arms deals with 3 different terrorist cells." Levi's hands were shaking. "Why are you telling me this? Why help me?" "Because my source inside your company was your assistant, Emily Watson. She discovered what was happening and tried to expose it. 3 days ago, she died in a car accident that wasn't an accident." Rose's phone buzzed. She looked at it and her face went pale. "We need to leave. Now." "What's wrong?" "They found me. There are men surrounding the building." She grabbed Levi's arm. "Is there a back exit?" As they stood to leave, one of the men from the bar approached their table. He was smiling, but his hand was inside his jacket. "Mr. Hartwell, my name is Agent Anderson, FBI. We need to talk." Rose stepped in front of Levi. "Show us your badge." The man's smile faltered. "Ma'am, please step aside. Show us your badge," Rose repeated, louder this time. That's when Levi noticed the man's partner at the bar had his hand on his weapon and was moving toward the emergency exits. Real FBI agents don't block escape routes. If you're on the edge of your seat right now, smash that like button and subscribe because this story is about to get absolutely insane. Trust me, you won't believe what happens next. What happened next was like something out of an action movie. Rose grabbed the wine bottle from their table and smashed it against the fake agent's head. As he stumbled backward, she screamed, "Fire!" at the top of her lungs. The restaurant erupted in chaos. People scattered, tables overturned, and in the confusion, Rose grabbed Levi's hand and pulled him toward the kitchen. They burst through the swinging doors just as gunshots rang out behind them. Rose had been right, these weren't FBI agents. "This way," Rose shouted, leading him through the maze of kitchen equipment toward a service exit she had scouted earlier. They exploded into the alley behind the restaurant and ran. Behind them, they could hear shouting and more gunshots. Rose pulled out her phone as they ran. "This is Rose Williams. Press credentials 4471. I'm with billionaire Levi Hartwell. We're being pursued by armed men claiming to be federal agents. We need police protection immediately." 3 hours later, they were in FBI protective custody, real FBI this time. The agents Rose had called verified her credentials and confirmed what she had told Levi. His entire board of directors was part of an international arms trafficking ring. But the real miracle wasn't that Rose had saved his life. It was what they discovered when they analyzed the USB drive. Emily Watson, Levi's assistant, hadn't just been gathering evidence of the arms deals. She had been documenting how the board planned to kill Levi and make it look like suicide, leaving behind fabricated evidence that he was the mastermind behind everything. The plan was supposed to happen that very night. The fake FBI agents weren't there to arrest Levi, they were there to murder him. Rose's investigation had accidentally uncovered an assassination plot, and her decision to approach Levi in the restaurant had literally saved his life. 6 months later, 12 people were in federal prison, including Jose Brown and the entire Hartwell Industries board of directors. The arms trafficking network was dismantled, and Rose's investigation won her a Pulitzer Prize. But the most incredible part of the story happened at the award ceremony. Levi was there, not just as Rose's guest, but as her partner in a new venture, the Emily Watson Foundation for Investigative Journalism, dedicated to protecting whistleblowers and exposing corporate corruption. As Rose accepted her award, she looked out at the audience and said, "Sometimes the most important stories begin with the simplest questions. 8 months ago, I was investigating corporate corruption. But it wasn't until I asked a stranger, 'May I have your leftovers, sir?' that I realized I wasn't just chasing a story, I was saving a life. The miracle wasn't just that a chance encounter exposed a criminal conspiracy. The miracle was that 2 people who started as strangers ended up saving each other in ways neither of them could have imagined. And it all began when a journalist pretending to be homeless asked a billionaire for his leftover dinner. If this story blew your mind, hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible true stories, and let me know in the comments. Have you ever had a chance encounter that changed your life? Share this video with someone who believes that sometimes the most dangerous situations can lead to the most amazing outcomes.